Hi there, guys. It's so nice to meet you over the digital space. My name is Sabrina Militello. If we've never met in person, it's such a pleasure to be able to chat with you and just give you a little sneak peek into what all of this is about. You've seen me probably on my social media because that's usually where I make these kinds of connections. If I've approached you directly or it's a question that you've come and you've asked me, I want to give you an idea of what coaching with Team Beachbody even looks like. So I'm just going to dive in. I'm going to give you a little kind of insight into what my day-to-day looks like. I'll give you a little overview of the compensation plan and how you can make that money doing this business. And then I might touch on a couple of common questions just to answer anything that may be in your head. And then I'll leave it there and we'll touch base later, personally, one-to-one. So yeah, I'm obviously British. I was born actually in Africa, but I grew up in the United Kingdom, just south of London. And my husband and I moved to the US. We now live in Texas. We moved here, wow, this is year 7. We've been here a while. And with that move, gave me an incredible opportunity to not work. When we first moved here, I didn't have employment authorization on the visa that I had, so I had a big chunk of time where I couldn't work. So that's where I really started to dive into a little bit more of my health and fitness knowledge. So I've been on a pretty epic weight loss journey. I've lost a total of 92 pounds. And it took me a significant amount of time to lose that weight. But in that whole process, I learned a lot about myself and a lot about the kind of person I wanted to be and the life that I wanted to lead. And Beachbody was actually a big part of that whole situation. So Insanity, if you've ever heard of Insanity, and if you've never heard of Beachbody, you probably have heard of some of the programs that Beachbody runs. So Insanity, P90X, PiYo, workouts like that. Beachbody is basically the platform that presents those programs. So this is the coaching opportunities. Beachbody already was having so much success with these programs, and it was having there was a lot of traction with programs. They were making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of the products, but they saw a kind of gap in the market of people actually, one, completing programs, and two, keeping it rolling. Like, people would say get P90X, and so they'd have it for 90 days, and then at the end of the 90 days, it's kind of like, what now? Right? So they found that there was a gap in the market of a level of accountability and a level of support that would give people who completed a program or who needed that extra little bit to complete a program to have somebody there to give them the support, give them the accountability, and then show them where else they can go once that was done. So that's where the coaching network came from. And that's very different from a lot of these kind of multi-level marketing companies' business plans. Usually they come up with the business opportunity, and the products kind of come in to fill that gap. Beachbody was completely the other way around. They already had huge success with products that work and they brought in this business opportunity, seeing a gap in the market of what people needed to be even more successful in their fitness, health, and mental transformations that were happening. So that's exactly what happened with me. So I bought Insanity and I went through that program. It was a 60-day program, and it was actually what helped me lose the majority of my weight. I actually went through it twice. And back then there wasn't a coaching opportunity when I did it. And I so wish there was, because if I'd been able to get in on this 7 years ago, wow, what my life could look like now. Even though it's pretty incredible already. But I could have been all in with this Beachbody opportunity back then, which would have just been so amazing. So I would definitely like it if I could share with you what it looks like being a Beachbody coach and building a successful online business that is going international. We've already had massive success here in the US and in Canada, and now we're expanding into the United Kingdom. So I'm so excited to bring this to my home turf as I still see it, and make connections with people back home, and help people, really mentor people and guide you into building a successful international business for yourself online, completely from your computer, your smartphone, in the time that you have to dedicate to it. So what the day in a life looks like for me. So basically every morning I get up, I sleep in because I work for myself and my Beachbody business is my full-time gig. I'm very blessed to be able to say that. So I get up at like 8:30 every day, which is wonderful because I'm not a morning person. So I get up at 8:30, I kind of roll myself out of bed eventually. I take my time. I come downstairs, I have a cup of coffee, and while I'm drinking my coffee, I tend to read some kind of personal development book because I'm big on that, and Beachbody's big on that, on coaches really continuing to commit to their growth and their development. And you know, you'll get a lot of support in that realm because it's not just about being fitter, about being healthier and making money in this business. It's about being a better human being on this planet and reaching other people and guiding other people and teaching other people to do that too. So I have my cup of coffee and I read a few pages or a chapter, whatever it is that I have time for, of whatever book it is that I'm reading, or I listen to a podcast sometimes. And then I'll head to the gym, and I have lofty goals when it comes to what I want my body to look like. So I do actually work out twice a day, which isn't necessary by any means, but I go to the gym and I do some weight training, and then I'll come home, have something to eat, and either straight away, or later on in the day, I'll do my Beachbody program. So I'm always in a Beachbody workout of some description, usually because I'm running a challenge group or a virtual boot camp or something with a group of clients, and I'm leading them through their journey. So I've put them in touch with whatever Beachbody program it is that they want to do, or maybe if there's a new program that has just launched across the platform, I'll advertise people to come and try it out and do it with me. And so I'm usually doing, like, stuck in the middle of a Beachbody program as well. So I'll get that workout done, because if you're leading people through it, you better be doing it too. There's no such thing as suffering in isolation, right? We all have to get stuck in together. I'll take some time to shout out to people in my challenge group. We run it virtually, so it's usually private Facebook groups, that kind of thing, where everybody's plugged into it, and you'll post daily on that, maybe posting sweaty selfie pictures, or a little piece of motivation for them to take with them on their workout, or some information about nutrition, whatever it is. Just you're staying plugged in with them. So I'll do that. And then I'll have my superfoods shake, and Shakeology is a Beachbody product, and I don't know whether or not you knew that, but Shakeology is a Beachbody product, so all coaches you're not required to drink it, but I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't, because it's wonderful. And as a fitness professional, I have personal training certifications. I've run a successful personal training business. I used to co-own a gym and a studio, so I've been in that environment, and I've been in the fitness industry for a long time. So I've tried a bunch of stuff, and Shakeology really is wonderful, because it's not a protein shake. It's a legit nutrition shake that kind of plugs in everything in your body that your body needs to run optimally, to get all the nutrients it is that you need for cell growth, cell function, mental acuity, your digestion, all the things. It's wonderful. So anyway, side note. So Shakeology, I drink that every single day. So I'll have that at some point in my day. And then I get on my computer and I work, and it's literally wherever I am. Sometimes I do it from home. Sometimes I head to a coffee shop somewhere. Sometimes we're on vacation and I can still work there, because if you dedicate an hour a day to this business, you can have a pretty decent income, an hour a day. You know, obviously, if you want to earn more, you're going to have to put in more work, and that is up to you whether or not you want to grow your business to that extent. So yeah, work away, and that's just getting in contact with people, sharing my story. I post on my social media 5 times a day-ish across the different platforms. Just sharing my story, sharing the things that I'm up to, giving people nutrition tips, giving people workout tips, just sharing and not necessarily asking for anything in return. I often do a call to action at the end of my posts to let people know that there is an opportunity to get involved with me if they are wanting some kind of health or fitness help or coaching help. You know, that's probably how I've introduced this opportunity to you, is you've probably seen it on my social media, probably liked the picture, and then I've got in contact with you to see whether it's something you really did like and you want to know more about. So it really is just sharing, and there's so many of you. If you're here on this coaching call, I don't just randomly kind of reach out to people and ask them if they want to be a coach in my team. I do my research. So if you're here watching, I'll give you a little pat on the back, because you're obviously presenting a positive vibe, and a vibe that is attractive, and already pretty much doing all of the things that I already do. Why not be in a position where you can get paid to continue doing that on your social media and build a successful business doing exactly what it is you're probably already doing? So that's kind of it. You know, you're just connecting with people, sharing, putting information out there, educating yourself, staying personally responsible for your own health, your own wellness. Beachbody often talks about their coaches being a product of the product. And that literally is just being plugged into Beachbody workouts. And we have something called Beachbody On Demand. If you don't know what that is, it's basically, we like to throw around the Netflix of fitness, if you want to put it that way. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of workouts across all the different programs. There's a cooking show on there. There's all the meal plans that come with the different programs. So many resources for people to get exactly what it is they want to get out of their health and fitness journey. So as a coach, I mean, it would be silly not to have that subscription. So you always have all of these workouts available to you. So doing the workouts every day, being plugged into some kind of program, eating right, taking care of yourself, drinking your Shakeology, doing your personal development, and then being out there, putting yourself out there on social media, out there when you're out and about, walking around. Share yourself with people. If somebody asks you, "Girl, what are you doing? You're looking so good." Like, tell them, I'm drinking a superfood shake every day and I'm working out every day from home. Like, people want to know about that, because talk about convenience, right? So yeah, it's basically just sharing yourself and not being afraid. And even if you are afraid, feeling that fear and doing it anyway. And that's where personal development really comes into play, is just being okay with not having all the answers necessarily. And as a new coach, definitely you're going to be kind of like, where do I even begin? And don't worry about that. We have a comprehensive 30-day new coach basics training, and throughout your time as a Beachbody coach, which I hope would be forever, you'll have me as your mentor, and we'll be on this team together, growing our businesses together. And I'm here for you as a mentor and as a coach continuously, to give you everything that I can possibly give you to be successful in your business. So that's basically it. That's my day to day. And like I said, if you want to earn more and truly make this substantial, you just do a little bit more of everything that you would do regularly. And then if you choose to really take this business and run with it, you start to grow your own team, and just, you present yourself as a leader, and that's what you're pretty much already doing if I've contacted you anyway. So how do you make this a legit income, right? Good question. So I'm not a numbers person at all. So I've written notes. So I'm going to read from my notes because I want to make sure I give you the correct information. I'm just going to rattle through it trying to make it as simple as possible. And then answer a couple of common questions and then we'll wrap it up. So, so how much you earn is up to you. Like I already said, if you want to earn more, you just do more. But there's basically 4 ways to earn as a Team Beachbody coach. The first way is commission, and as a new coach, that's what you'll be doing initially until you start to build a team around you. So as a new coach, you get 25 to 40% commission on any products you sell. So that's introducing people into the Beachbody network, whether you sell them a Beachbody on demand subscription, whether you sell them Shakeology, whether you sell them any kind of challenge pack, which usually puts together a program and the nutrition into one pack, and if they buy it as a challenge pack, they usually get a major discount off of buying the 2 entities separately. So 25 to 40% commission off of anything that you sell. Got it? Okay. The second way to earn money off of Team Beachbody is team volume. So once you start building a team around you, you begin to get volume points based off of all of your team's earnings. So very humbling in the beginning. Like I said, as a new coach, you're working for commission until you start to build that team. But once you have a team beneath you, you don't get commission off of their sales. You get volume points, and Beachbody converts those points into a dollar amount. So that's once you start building a team, that ramps up real quick, and you're still earning commission off of everything that you're selling because you're still presenting people the opportunity, you're still selling challenge packs, you're still having people go through their fitness journey with you. So the volume starts to go up and the money starts to go up. And one thing that I wanted to put in here is that once you've got a strong team behind you, excuse me, and your coaches then start having their coaches and that kind of thing, you see how it goes. You can actually earn up to 5 figures a week in this business. You heard that correctly, 5 figures per week. And that's all based off of your team earnings. It's based off of your own earnings, and Beachbody compensates you for the kind of leader that you are, because if your team is doing really well, you're leading them well, you've trained them well, so you're going to get compensated for that. So and moving on from that point, the third way to make money here is called the matching bonus. So once your team are doing amazing things in their businesses, Beachbody recognizes the part that you play. Like I said, you've trained them, you've coached them, you mentor them, you continue to support them. So 10% of what they make weekly, Beachbody give you as a bonus. So each member of your team, whatever they make weekly, you get 10% of that. So if you start to build a team that is making 5 figures a week, you're making 10% off of that for just being a bomb-ass leader, you know? So you can see it starts to cycle and it starts to ramp up real quick. And then the final way to earn money here is the quarterly bonus. And this is how, once you're really skyrocketing in the business, it kind of I can't think of the word. It starts to give you even more impetus to continue to go, because Beachbody offer a quarterly bonus. So at various ranks, so at 2-star diamond, 5-star diamond, 10-star diamond, and 15-star diamond, and those words mean nothing to you right now, but it's basically the highest ranks. 15-star diamond is the highest rank. You receive 0.5% of what Beachbody make as an entire company. 0.5% once you reach 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, and 15-star. 0.5% of what Beachbody make as an entire company. So just to put that into perspective, my coach, my direct coach, her name's Melissa McAllister, and she's amazing. If you've ever done PiYo or you've seen a PiYo infomercial, she was in the original program with Chalene Johnson, so you probably recognize her. But she has been doing this for 9 years. She was one of the original coaches when the coaching platform first began. So she's been coaching for seven years now. She is a 15-star diamond. multiple times, because you can have more than one business center, and that's something that we can touch on at a later date. So she's 15-star diamond. We were on a team call last week, and she shared with us, not to boast, not to brag on her success, but just to light some fire underneath our asses. She shared with us that she just got notice from Beachbody that she was going to receive $75,000 per quarter of this year, based off of what Beachbody made last year. $75,000 per quarter of this year, based on Beachbody's success last year. And you heard me mention that she has more than one business center. She has 2 business centers, and you can have even more than that. So she basically she reached the highest rank that she could reach. So then you can start a new business center that can continue to reach the highest rank there, right? So you can have multiple places that you plug your people into, basically. She has 2 business centers. She's 15-star diamond in both. So she received that notice for both. So Melissa is going to be earning $150,000 per quarter of this year, just based off of what Beachbody made last year, because she's at the highest of her rank. So that just goes to show them the earning potential here is exponential. And you literally, like, she works her ass off, right? And that's what it takes to be successful here. We're not selling pills, we're not selling wraps, we're not selling miracle juices. This takes work, because it takes work for people to see the success. It's not a miracle cure. We're teaching people how to transform their lives for the long term. And it takes commitment from them to see that. And equally, it takes commitment from you to see the benefits and see the financial reward from having your business with Team Beachbody. But with that effort, my goodness, are you compensated? The earning potential here is incredible. And even beyond that, the community is amazing. The recognition that Beachbody gives you is incredible. The platform that we have is unbelievable. The programs that we have are amazing. Beachbody On Demand continues to grow. In my time of being a coach, and I've only been a coach, active coach, for 4 months, in that time, I've already seen 3 new programs launched. 3 new programs launched in 4 months. Like, the ability to get people's attention is unparalleled, because they're always up in their game. It's just like Netflix. You don't go on Netflix and it's just the same crap over and over again. Monthly, they're either adding, they may take something away, Beachbody don't, but they're adding to more shows. They're putting more Netflix originals on there that you can only find there. The same with Beachbody. These are the workouts that you can only find on Beachbody On Demand, or you're paying to get a DVD in the post, but who does that anymore, right? So it's an incredible time to be a part of this company because of the expansion into the UK. So it's England, Ireland, Scotland, England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. There's been whispers of further international expansion, and I'm not going to say where, because it's going to be fun. But it's a perfect time to dive in and just get stuck in right now and take advantage of the ramp up. With Melissa as my coach, there's going to be a lot of volume, and there's going to be a lot of eyes, because she made $2 million last year, and she's done that consistently for the last couple of years. So she has a lot of resources. She's been doing a lot of marketing about the UK launch. There's a lot of eyes in our team. And as part of Team IEF, my team, you'll also be part of Team Made, which is Melissa's team. So there's a lot of support. There's a lot of accountability. There's a lot of expectation. I'm not going to lie about that either, because the rewards are so great, the expectation of where you go with your business is pretty great. I'm here to support, I'm here to mentor, I'm here to give you everything I can possibly give you to be successful, but I can't hold your hand and make you do it, or I can't do it for you. So I'm committed to being all in this, and I want to have a strong team of people with me doing this together, and I'm like, I can't tell you how excited I am. Yeah, so that's basically the compensation plan. So commission initially, team volume, matching bonus, and then the quarterly bonus. And there's various rank advancement opportunities where the money's just going to be, you get my point. So with that in mind, I wanted to ask you, what could you do with that income? Like, what could your life look like if, I'm not even talking about $2 million a year. I mean, hello. I'm talking about an extra couple of $1,000s a month. An extra couple of $100s a month. Like, what could that look like for you? What difference could that make for you? And I want you to dig deep into that, because this is real life. This is real life. And there's no, like, if not now, when? I say that all the time. If not now, when? Right? If you're not going to make positive change for your life, if your life is not exactly where you want it to be, or you can't see the wood for the trees because you have such high goals, or you have such an expectation for what you want your life to look like, this is it. I'm a strong believer in things coming at you for a reason. So I'm here having this conversation with you for a reason. So let's just run with this and go with it. I wanted to keep this under 25 minutes, so I haven't got time to answer any questions or answer some of the common questions. But the most common, like anything that you're thinking about why you couldn't do this is just going to be my blanket statement. Anything you're feeling is from fear. Fear rules everything. I'm not a natural leader. What will people think of me? I'm an introvert. I don't know whether I have a social media network that would even be interested. I don't have any experience. I don't have a fitness background. I don't have a journey to share. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm not this enough. I'm not that enough. All of that comes from fear. And I'm telling you, feel the fear, but do it anyway. Another thing that I say all the time is the time is going to pass anyway. You know, it's going to be Christmas 2017. Anyway, why not be on a journey to get you further along the line of where you want your life to be by that time, and be doing that so that you're there by that time, right? That made sense in my head. It might not have come across very well, but anything that you're feeling, it's all fear-based. Any objections you have, fear-based. And I'm not saying that just to be like, what you're thinking doesn't matter. I'm not doing that at all. But I want you to really sit with this, really dig deep into what it is that you're feeling, why you don't think you would be good at this, why this sounds fabulous. Like, sit with all of those feelings, because I'm going to get back in touch with you in a day or two and kind of give you, like, I want to give you time to marinate in this, and then we'll talk, because I want to answer any questions you have. I want to be here for you, and I want you to do this, because I see such amazingness in your future with what you're already putting out there, and the effort that you're already making, and the hours that you're already putting in, and all the things. Like, I used to be, a lot of you are probably fitness industry professionals, personal trainers, etc., because that's who I tend to reach out to. I had that life where I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I would have 3 clients before 8 a.m. because people wanted to work out before they went to work. I'd have a ton of dead space in the middle of the day, and then have a ton of like 3 or 4 clients from 6 p.m. because people wanted to work out once they get back from work. That was my life. Getting up at 3 a.m., going to bed at 11 p.m. That was my life for years. And it is exhausting, and it is not financially sufficient what you make to warrant that. So I've been there, I know what it's like, and I'm here to give you another option. So explore the option, marinate in all of those feelings, marinate in the information, watch this video more than once, whatever you need, and I'll get back in touch with you and we'll talk.